Hey guys, today we have Tanisha and she is having total 4.5 years of experience in Java, Spring Boot and microservices. And guys, those who want to give same free mock interview, please fill out the form below in the description. So now let's get started. Hey, hello Tanisha, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, thanks for asking.
Shall we start?
Yeah, we can start.
Okay, so Tanisha, can you please introduce yourself and your recent project in brief?
Yeah, sure. So I am working as a Java full stack, mainly backend developer, and I have overall experience of 4.5 years. My key skill sets are like Java, Spring Boot, REST API, microservices, and apart from them, that I have got exposure to the DevOps and CI/CD pipelines as well. And majorly, I have worked with BSFI domain, and my current project is with actually a insurance domain project where we
Hmm.
manage the application. So, and it is kind of development and kind of support. Both we have to manage. So, yeah, that's a
Okay,
brief introduction.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me how you guys are using multi-threading in your project?
Okay. So basically, in modern, like our project is basically following with Java's latest versions. So
Mm-hmm.
here, yeah, we have been using mainly the executor frameworks where we
Executor
can,
framework.
yeah, where we can use multi-threading environment and also we can get a return value for each and every thread.
Okay, so let's say
Unlike
if
the,
someone joined your team newly, so how would you explain him or her about executor service and like how to configure and how to use that?
okay, so basically, like uh, to explain someone who is joined newly, we will firstly start like how executor service comes into the picture, like why it is required, and then
Mhm.
we can show the project configuration like whatever we have done so far and
Why it is
where
required?
we are. Okay, so actually with the traditional thread frameworks like thread class or runnable interface, we cannot return a value. So but
Hmm.
with executor framework there are several methods, and there is future or completable future where we can return a value and perform multiple tasks simultaneously.
Okay,
So that is the
got it.
benefit. Yeah.
Okay, so how would you handle a situation where multiple threads need to access a shared resource without using the synchronize keyword?
Okay, so the common approach will be using the volatile keyword, and also using the like the thread safe data structures like concurrent hash map or
Okay.
enums, which are, yeah, basically.
Okay, one question. Can volatile keyword solve the concurrent issues?
Yeah, it can, because what actually volatile keyword we used for, basically whenever a thread, suppose thread T1 is performing some operations, maybe the read or write operations, then every thread has its own like cache memory, and there is a main memory which all threads common place, the main
So
memory.
as
So
far as I
volatile,
know, volatile keyword is used for visibility only. I mean, if you are working on a counter, okay, that counter is being increased or decreased by multiple threads, okay, so we cannot use volatile keyword there, right? It cannot solve the concurrency issue. Am I correct? It is for visibility. If we want to use booleans, we can use the volatile keyword, but not for numeric, right?
yeah, okay, yeah, that is also right. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, so moving ahead, how can we create a thread in Java without using the executor service?
Okay, we can simply extend the thread class. Also, we
Mhm.
can implement the runnable interface, and then we can just create the instance of the class, whichever has implemented thread, or extend the runnable
Okay.
interface.
What are the potential issues when directly extending the thread class instead of implementing the runnable interface for high load application?
Um, okay, I guess if we are doing the thread class extension, then in that case we cannot use any other extension, like because Java does not support multiple inheritance. So that's the problem.
Yes, yeah, that is correct. Okay. Hey guys, I want to share something important with you. Actually, Tanisha prepared from our interview preparation kit and cracked multiple interviews, and we have also referred her to the multiple companies. So let me tell you, this interview preparation kit has four main parts. First is complete interview preparation material. It is a step-by-step material made by me, expert and MNC's interviewers. 99% of the questions asked in interviews are covered in it. Second is two real enterprise client projects, code and video recorded sessions are there, and you can add this in your resume. Third is lifetime chat support. Here you can ask your doubts anytime, any day. Fourth is referral support. Here we help you to get referred to the top MNCs. Okay, so basically the material is organized as per your experience level and covers Java, Spring Boot, Spring Security, Spring Data, JPA, microservices, Kafka, Maven, Git coding questions, Stream API coding questions, and many more. You can buy just the complete interview preparation material or the full interview preparation kit with project supports and referrals. I have added the links in the description below. So now moving to our interview. And guys, since Tanisha is here, so we can ask for a feedback. So Tanisha, can you please go ahead?
Yeah, so recently I have taken the interview course material. So it was helpful, very much helpful for me because it has the division like level wise division so that I can prepare as per my level of expertise, like experience years. And there is so much scenario based questions which is actually being asked in the interviews. So that is actually
Mhm.
very helpful.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Moving ahead. So can you tell me what are the different states of thread in Java we have?
Uh, can you please come again? I didn't understand.
Different states of thread.
Okay, yeah. So the if I start from the beginning, first when we are extending the thread class, that time
Mm-hmm.
and we are creating one new instance, that time the thread has been in the new or born state. And then
Mm-hmm.
when we are calling the run method, that time the thread is ready or runnable state. And then whatever job we have declared for that thread, the thread is performing that, and that state is called running state. And from there, if we call some blocking methods like wait or notify or some other
Mm-hmm.
blocking method, then that thread will go to again to that ready or runnable state. And after the work is completed, then the thread will go to the dead state. So,
Got it. Okay. Can you describe a situation where a thread remains indefinitely in the waiting state? And how would you debug this?
okay. Okay, so basically it's the deadlock situation where two or multiple more than two threads waits for each other resource and infinite time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that is the actual situation. Like suppose thread T1 is waiting for T2, and on the
Mm-hmm.
same other hand, like T2 is again waiting for T1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
correct. A thread can remain indefinitely in the waiting state if it is waiting for another thread to perform a particular action, such as releasing lock, right, without any notification being sent. Okay. Now, the quick question as a follow-up here is how would you debug this?
Okay, so I think we have to check the logs, like that is a very basic step.
Okay.
And
Okay. Have you heard about thread dumps?
yeah, I've
Okay,
heard.
we will analyze the thread terms to find the logs and resources on which the thread is waiting and checking the conditions that are supposed to notify the thread.
Okay,
Got it? Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Okay,
Moving ahead, what is the purpose of the start method in the thread class?
okay. So start method is basically used to internally call the run method,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that is the basic purpose. And run method has the actual job. Basically, we must have to override the run method so that we can
Okay,
declare whatever job. Yeah.
okay. What might go wrong if run method is called directly instead of the start method on a thread object?
Okay, because it will not work because the run method
Mm-hmm.
has empty implementation. It is just
Mm-hmm.
an abstract method, so we have to overwrite it. And if we directly call the run method, then like start method does not only call the run method; it has some other several jobs also, like to take the thread and index that. So all this kind
Hmm.
of job will be skipped. So that's what
Okay.
we should
Yeah,
not. Yeah.
actually, calling run method directly on a thread object does not start a new thread, but instead it executes the run method in the current thread, like a normal method call. Okay.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, got it.
Okay. Moving ahead. How does the synchronized keyword work in Java?
Okay. So basically, this we synchronize we use for the multi-threading,
Mm-hmm.
and we can use it as the method, like as with method or a block, add or as a block. So when we are using the synchronized uh, method or block, and suppose particular thread T1 has entered this block, that time that thread only will hold the lock, and
Mm-hmm.
like all the other threads will be in the waiting states, and no one can enter that block. Like all the other threads that cannot enter on that block until unless T1 release the lock.
Got it. Okay. Can you tell me the difference between exception and error?
So basically, exceptions are can be two types: runtime and compile time. And compile time exception are always checked exception. That means we have to handle that. And
Hmm.
error is like some system error, like some JVM error or some memory error. We cannot handle that via writing some try catch, or via, like, we cannot handle that inside our code. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Errors represent serious problems that a reasonable application should not try to catch, right?
yeah.
And exception is a super class for all the exceptions. So yeah, that is correct. Okay. How does a try catch block work in Java? Can you explain the purpose of finally block as well?
Yeah. So basically, whenever we have some faulty code, like that can cause the program's execution like abruptly. So that
Mm-hmm.
block we should write in the try area, and after that
Okay.
we should write the catch. Yeah, to
Mm-hmm.
catch to handle the that exception. And after catch, we have to, like, we can, or we may or may not write the finally block. Finally is that a block which will be always run, like either try run or either catch run, but finally will always run. So yeah,
Mm.
that is how we use it. And also we can use finally with single try, like we can use try and finally skipping the catch. That is also fine.
Okay. Yes, that is correct. In what scenarios would you create a custom checked exception versus a custom unchecked exception?
Okay. So custom checked exception will be for the, like, all compile time exceptions, like class not
Mm-hmm.
found, or suppose file not found. So in that case, suppose I'm trying to upload a MP4 file, so I can create a custom checked exception. And for all the runtime error, like array index out of bound, or like arithmetical error, in that case, I can create my own custom unchecked exception class.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, uh, custom checked exception is typically created when we want to enforce error handling by the caller of a method, especially when the error scenario is recoverable or we expect the caller to take a specific action in response to the exception. And whereas custom unchecked exceptions are usually created for programming errors that the application itself should catch, where no specific recovery action is expected from the caller, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, okay. How does the exception propagation work in Java?
Uh, Propagation, I have not aware of this. Like, can you
Okay,
break down?
exception propagation in Java allows an exception thrown in one method to be passed up the call stack until it caught by an appropriate handler. For example, if a method A calls method B and B throws an exception that is not caught within B, the exception is propagated to A where it can be caught and handled. That's a propagation. It's a
Okay.
kind of chain. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Moving ahead. Okay, so how can you implement a centralized exception handling mechanism in Spring Boot application?
Yeah, so in Spring Boot, we can use the global exception handler class
Mm-hmm.
with the annotation of controller advice or REST controller advice, and
Mm-hmm.
we can actually list down all the centralized exception which will be
Mm-hmm.
applicable to all of the controllers, like not particularly to any class. So that is
Mm-hmm.
the way.
Yeah, that is correct. And we will
Oh,
use some annotations like controller advice annotations, right?
yeah, right.
Okay, okay. Can you explain how to design a fault tolerant system using Java exception handling for distributed system?
Okay. Fault tolerance actually. Mm, yeah, I not have used that, but I guess we can
Okay.
use it with. Like we can use that resilience tool set and we
Mm-hmm.
can implement that. Like,
We can use retries, fallbacks, timeouts, resilience
mm,
4J, right? What is that?
yeah.
What's the difference between retries, fallbacks, and circuit breakers?
So circuit breaker is actually whenever you are running some database operation. So that
Mm-hmm.
time, like our principle should be either all transaction will be committing, and if
Mm-hmm.
one part has the has breakdown, then the transaction should be like a rollback. Should roll back. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how circuit breakers works. Like if some part of the transaction has stopped working or it has some faulty operation, then
Mm-hmm.
it will break the whole operation and it will do the rollback.
Mm-hmm.
And retry is somehow different. Retry is basically after some timed interval, the API call will again happen. That kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And you missed one, right?
Yeah, try catch maybe you have asked.
No, no, I asked retries, fallbacks, and circuit breakers.
Okay, so okay, fallback actually I haven't known that. I am not aware.
Okay, okay. Fallbacks may disguise issues by providing potentially degraded functionality without addressing the root cause. We just pass if
Okay,
this method is failing, then we can have another fallback methods. Okay. Okay.
okay.
Can you tell me the difference between method overloading and method overriding?
Yeah, so method overloading is a compile time polymorphism.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, in a particular class, we can have the same named method, but with a
Mm-hmm.
different argument or different number of argument or different kind of type, like argument type can be different, or
Mm-hmm.
the serial of the arguments can be different. So that is basically happen in a particular class, in a single class. And on the other hand, method overriding is happened between multiple class,
Mm-hmm.
where like suppose I have a parent class and I have a child class, which is like inheritance is happening, and on that scenario, I am I am using the same method twice,
Mm-hmm.
but the implementation is different. So yeah, that is actually method overriding.
Okay. Got it. How do inheritance and polymorphism work together?
Okay, so that is actually how method overriding works. So basically, to work with method overriding, we first have to do the inheritance. Like
Mm-hmm.
first have to inherit one class that we can do by extend keyword if it is a class, and we can use the implement keyword as well if it is an interface. And suppose there is some method in the parent class of or parent interface which we will change in the child class. So that is a case
Mm-hmm.
of polymorphism.
Okay. What design patterns you are aware of?
Uh, Basically, we have used that solid and
No, no,
also
solid is a principle, solid's
yeah,
principle. I'm
yeah,
asking
yeah,
about design patterns like singleton, factory, observer, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you
So I
used
have used the
anyone?
singleton. Yeah, we
Singleton.
have majorly used the factory design pattern, I would say.
Okay.
So, and
What is
also I
factory
know the
design pattern?
singleton. Okay, so actually, when suppose I have an interface and I have to create a class and I can
Mm-hmm.
create any kind of like there is multiple types. So,
Mm-hmm.
factory design pattern like says like as a developer we don't need to think like the implementation we just will call via the name what
Mm-hmm.
implementation we want, and my code will do it. So it is a kind of that.
Okay. And singleton design pattern?
A singleton actually ensures that per application I should have only one object instance.
Mm-hmm.
So that is actually
Okay.
singleton.
What are the ways to implement singleton design pattern?
There is like if you want to use the multi-thread like thread shape, then
Mm-hmm.
we can use dilpak or enum.
Mm-hmm.
And if we like in normally also we can just use
Okay.
single.
Got it.
Yeah.
Enum is the best one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are the memories areas, key memories areas in Java, such as, okay, just tell me the difference between heap and stack memory in Java.
Okay. So heap memory is the memory where
Mm-hmm.
all the thread will share between themselves, and heap
Okay.
is the memory where actually the instances is present.
Mm-hmm.
And stack is the memory where the object reference is present. And
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, stack also contain the method level data, like whatever
Mm-hmm.
a method have the variables and all the fields that
Okay.
will go into the stack. And heap will contain all the class, not the class level, like not the static data, but the instance variables.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Okay.
And yeah.
What problems might arise if there is a improper management of these memory areas?
Okay. So in the same in the improper management, it means if it is if the size is not
Mm-hmm.
up to the mark what I need, then it can cause a stack overflow error. So that is
Mm-hmm.
a problem. And also, like if I didn't configure the garbage collection,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe the garbage collection is not working, then I
Mm-hmm.
can get a memory overuse error. So that is the error we can get.
Okay. Got it. Uh, okay, so if someone wants to secure the REST API, what are the steps that guys should follow?
Okay. So to secure the REST API, we can use the like Spring Security. So
Mm-hmm.
firstly we can generate the JSON web token, JSON's token with each and every request, and then we can use the same token. Like it can be a bearer token. We can use the same token to the all simultaneous, all subsequent requests. So basically, we have to use the form login or the URL like plain login in the Spring, like in the
Okay.
configuration.
Okay. I
Yeah.
just want to know the answer of this in the context of Spring Security.
Okay. Um,
How can we secure our REST APIs?
mhm. So to secure the REST API, we have to use that form login basically. The Spring Security itself is a filter, so we can uh, implement this filter in our project. So we have to
Okay.
yeah.
What is the difference between authentication and authorization?
Okay, so authentication basically checks if you are a verified user or not. It does not
Mm-hmm.
do anything with your roles. So in a
Mm-hmm.
project, there can be multiple roles like admin or users. So
Mm-hmm.
authentication will only check if you are verified or not. But
Mm-hmm.
authorization checks the role. Suppose you are a user, but you want to access something that is strictly for the admins. So
Mm-hmm.
authorization will not do will not allow to do you that with your
Okay.
credentials.
Okay. Got it. What is the role of POM in our Spring Boot project?
Yeah, so basically when we're using Maven as the build
Mm-hmm.
tool, so we are using pom.xml. Pom actually list down all the dependencies, whatever we are using. And when we will use Maven or any, we will build the project, that time all the dependencies jars will be auto downloaded.
What is Maven? Why do we use Maven?
Okay, so it is actually a build tool. So, like in the Spring Boot or in any Spring project, we need a build tool because we have to make the dependencies usable. Like we have to do the configuration. So that's why we use either
What are
Maven or
dependencies?
Java.
Why do we need dependencies?
Yeah, so dependencies are actually like suppose in my project I am using MySQL. So
Mm-hmm.
MySQL is a third party application which I am trying to configure in my project.
Okay.
So my Spring Boot project. So that will be a kind of dependency. And there are yeah,
So how these dependencies connect with our project internally or behind the scenes?
okay. So first step is you have to add the dependencies in your POM XML file.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are using Spring Boot project, then Spring Boot will do the auto configuration. Like it will automatically configure my application with all the
Okay. So do
dependencies.
we store the dependencies in local or just fetch from the internet?
Yeah, we just fetch from the internet in the Spring Boot project. You don't need to download it separately.
Okay. So what is the dependency for JUnit?
Uh, I'm not sure on that.
Okay. Do you guys write JUnit test cases?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you guys write or you guys ask AI to write?
In recent days, actually, we have integrated with Copilot, so you can ask the uh,
You ask the AI to
AI
write it.
also.
Okay.
Hmm.
Then what you guys are learning because you are asking AI to write it?
Yeah, so basically, uh,
I mean, how would you
for
know, how would you face the challenges if you are
Mhm.
asking AI to write it?
Yeah, so basically, first thing that we need to learn that we can use some LLM keys to
Mm-hmm.
integrate the AI with my
Okay.
ID.
No, no,
And
it is
second thing
fine.
is,
I'm not asking about integrating. I'm asking about if someone is writing the JUnit test cases by AI through AI, then how can someone face the challenges when writing the unit test cases, faces the real issues? How?
mm, in my opinion,
Okay,
I
let's
think
say
like
if
we have
I
to.
have joined a company newly, I am a fresher. I know the unit test
Mhm.
cases, how to write it, but I am new, I don't have experience, right? Now I am using AI to write unit test cases, right? But how would I face the real challenges that experienced guy know already, right? Because they already face the challenges while writing unit test cases, the scenarios while writing unit test cases, right? That hustle, right? How would a
Yeah.
fresher uh, get it?
Yeah, actually, yeah. So I think the difference between the phrases and the experience will be knowing the prompts, like how we
Mhm.
can uh,
But fresher will
tell.
not be able to
Uh,
understand the real issues, real experience, real challenges if fresher is using AI to write test cases, right? If fresher now is having
right.
10 year of experience, then still he just use 10 years entirely AI, so he don't know what are the challenges people developer should get.
Yeah,
So what is the
that's
solution
true.
of this?
Yeah. Um, I think like it is always a good practice to write by ourselves, but
Mm-hmm.
as it is very like to be honest, it is sometimes generic. Like for all the classes and all the things,
Mm-hmm.
like we can use the like we can first show a model like that
Mm-hmm.
we have written by ourselves, and according to the model, we can generate for the other classes as well. So that would be a good practice, but totally depending on the AI, it can lead as the faulty code as well.
Correct. We should not depend on, we should not 100% depend on
Mm,
AI. If we are
mm,
asking AI to write something, we should know each line, meaning of each line, and the challenges AI is facing. We should know everything before merging the code. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Have you worked with Gradle?
yeah.
What is the
Yes.
difference between Gradle and Maven?
Both are actually build tool, but there is
Hmm.
some like structural difference between them. Like
What
for
is
Gradle,
structural difference?
the file which we used to write, that is the build.gradle file, and
Mm.
that is different from form.xml. So that
Okay.
is what.
Which has more advantages, Gradle or Maven?
Gradle has more advantages because
In
it,
what aspect?
yeah, because suppose whenever you are writing any dependencies in Gradle, it can auto detect the versions. And even it is a group of dependencies, it can take the
Mm.
parent one's like version.
And what are
So
you
that is,
using currently in your project?
we are using Gradle currently.
Okay, you are using Gradle. Okay.
Mhm.
And the Java version
It is actually, we have done some migration to the Java 17. So currently we are
from
using Java 7 from Java 11.
Java 11. Did you face any challenges?
Uh, like yeah, sometimes we have to integrate the like we have to update the Spring version as well. So it was a big task, but
Can you
not
tell
such
me
a
any
challenge.
one or two challenges that you guys face specifically?
Yes, so we were requested to use the latest Java, and for the latest Java, there is some like better benefits like sealed class and
Mm-hmm.
record class. So
Mm-hmm.
we were advised to use those, but
Mm-hmm.
that is the thing like
No, no,
that is one challenge.
I'm asking while migrating from Java 8 to Java 17. Firstly, I asked, did you face any challenges? So you said yes, we face. So I'm asking any one or two challenges that you faced specifically. What were
Okay,
those challenges?
okay. So basically nothing technical challenges, but it is a time taking task, and
Okay.
uh,
So
yeah, and
time
we
was
have to implement.
challenge.
Yeah,
Okay.
because if I say about my project, so it was
Mhm.
not using the sealed class or record
Okay, so
classes,
how
but
can
I
time
have.
be challenging?
Okay, so regarding my project, if I say, so when I am using Java 17, I have to go to the each of the component, and like there is lot of services like as it is a microservice project. So going each
Mhm.
of them and changing the structure from normal class to record class or sealed class, that is
Okay.
why like yeah. Is a
How
thing.
did you fight with time?
Actually, all of our team members, like we, all the developers worked on that piece at that time.
Okay.
So we had done a
Nice,
great
nice.
teamwork.
Okay, nice. So you are a good team leader or good developer?
We are good developer as of now.
Okay, you are good developer. How would you rate yourself out of 10?
I would rate myself 8 or around 8
8. Why are you deducting 2 points?
because I need to learn some latest technologies also. So
What
that's why.
latest? Be
See, like
specific.
for mhm. So I need to learn the Kafka and asynchronous communication. So that
Okay.
is one part
So
which I.
1 second, 1 second. We have a lot of things to learn. We have hundred of technologies, hundred of things, right? So why did you deduct 2 points? Just to learn
Yeah,
those everything or like what?
yeah,
Okay,
that
just
is true.
forget
But
about the
to
future learning and all. As per your current situation, what would you rate yourself as a developer?
okay. So as a Java Spring Boot developer, I can rate myself around 7 to 8 of that
Oh,
as
you
well.
are deducting one more point. Now 7.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Then 8 it means it's very good. Okay. I was just asking. Okay. Um, so yes, Tanisha, it's done from my end, and yes, it was a very nice interview. I really enjoyed it.